Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm in my washroom and I'm gonna film a Valentine's Day video for you guys, makeup look. Use the Precisely My Brow pencil and I start off with the spoolie side first and I just comb through my brows. So just go up, go. So let's see if this works better. So I'm looking in this mirror here and I'm also looking over there. I believe this is in the shade 5. And I'm just gonna start filling in my brows. So I have to put my pinky on my cheek and then just kind of like draw a light outline. Can you see that? Hold on, let me try to do this way so you can see. So I just draw from the beginning to the arch. And then from the arch, I'll draw like a soft line down. Putting your pinky helps because then you have control over the movement of the pencil. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the top. So I actually just finished like working. So if I look a little tired, that's why. And then I took in that Valentine's Day is literally like next week. And I have been meaning to film this tutorial and I'm like, golly gee, I gotta get to it. So here I am doing this tutorial. So this is what the brow is gonna look like. It's okay if it's a little messy because you always go in to clean it. So I'm just gonna do this brow off. Oh, and look at the difference. So the thing is, normally when I get a brow pencil, I always get it in a shade lighter because I just feel like I don't want my brows to look super harsh. But this is in the shade 5. So this is, I believe, like normally I get like a dark brown or a brown. This is like black. So I'm surprised that yes, it's filled in, but it doesn't look super. And use this Wonderful Brow Clear Brow Styling Gel by Rimmel. Excited. So I'm just gonna comb up the hairs. And I normally like to start from like not super at the end, just like right in the middle-ish. Because if there is a lot of product, it'll go in the middle and then you can kind of spread it out. And so the beginning part of your brow doesn't look super harsh. So that's what I recommend if you're, new to filling in brows and stuff. Start filling in from kind of like the middle area. And so, yeah, like, yes, I'm here for these brows. This is the look I was going for. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, but this is... So you're going to hear me talk about this a lot. And it is the... I haven't taken the peel off. Maybe I'll just open it. It is the MAC foundation palette. So this has 12 foundations, full coverage foundations. When I got this last year. It was retailed for about less than $100, which personally I think is a great deal because if you like use MAC cosmetic products, like a foundation and a concealer itself is like about 100. You're getting 12 full coverage foundations for less than $100 at that time. So I don't know how much it is now, but this is obviously for makeup artists, right? People that have clients. I'm just a makeup enthusiast and I'm super into makeup, and I also really love using skin tones to do my makeup. So this palette, even though this is a foundation palette, I actually use it multi-purpose. I use it as like a concealer. Sometimes I'll use it as foundation. I use it to contour and highlight too. And I think instead of getting like a contour stick and then a highlight stick and then this and then that, why not just get something that has generally most shades you'll use and use it as multi-purpose. So that's what I'm about. I'm about like, yes, I love makeup. Yes, I'll spend the money, but like let's make it multi-purpose. So this is great because even when I like wear a foundation that's different, I will sometimes use the colors here for certain areas that have blemishes to kind of like put more coverage, you know, and it's super creamy, so it's thick, and so it helps with that. Also, this is great. I use this to contour. So in all my makeup videos, you're gonna see me use this. The top has warm tones and the bottom has cooler tones. So I definitely, as you can see, use the cooler tones for contouring, and contouring, it helps with creating those shadows so you can get the chiseled look. And then it also has the warmer tones on the top, which help to kind of bring warmth to your face. This isn't sponsored or anything. I just thought I would share because this kind of is an investment, and I have used it every single day since I got it, and it's been a year, so like I still have so much product left, and look how thick it is. So yeah, I'm gonna use the top colors here to just kind of carve out my brow. Like I say here, and I have this Sigma brush, carve out my brows. So I just like to use the tip of the brush and just push it up against my brow, right? And then this is the area, like 3/4 in is where I kind of want the arch, like right there. And then I'll just kind of bring gently pull it up like that. My brow hair on this side kind of like went down a bit, so let me just, and even with gels and stuff, you kind of want to use a little bit. I'm gonna kind of let that the other side. So you just want to use the tip of the brush and just lightly bring it up, and then follow like the shape that you want. For me, I'm just following like the natural shape of my brows for today's look. And we're gonna move on to eyeshadow now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the same color and put it all over my lid. I don't know if you can see that, hold on. And I have lashes on. These are not lash extensions, they're just falsies. But I freaking love them because they look like they're falsies, right? I mean, like lash extensions. And it's funny because when I used to get lash extensions, like this is the vibe I would go for, like a hybrid type of cat eye look. The Beauty Rose Quartz palette. This is perfect for Valentine's Day. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start with this Morphe brush. It's called Morphe M124. And I'm gonna take this color right here, which is called Gratitude. Right there, that brown. And I'm gonna take this brush and go ahead and start putting this above my crease. So for detailed eye work, like eye makeup, it's important to get smaller brushes, in my opinion, because you're trying to create detailed looks. Hold on, let me try to do this in front of the camera. Let's see. So I'm just putting it above. It's okay if it's messy because I'm going to blend everything later. Right now, I'm using this brush for placement. So let me just go like that. So I'm kind of making like a little swoop. So in the inner corner up, and kind of swooping it, and then kind of having like a line out for the brown for some color. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the color on the bottom, which is called Serenity. Serenity now. If you are a Seinfeld fan, you know what I'm talking about. That's my favorite show, by the way. So now I'm just going to build up on that brown color. And again, not really, it's not about being perfect right now, it's just about placement. And normally, like these steps right here, it's like a transition shade. Have it as kind of like a base in a sense. Back and forth with that. ever, which is the Makeup by Ariel 820 brush. And I love this brush because it has like a flat and then also a dome shape, so you can kind of do like a semi blend with it, and placement as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend the two colors, and I like to hold the brush at the end for like a feather type of effect, so I'm not super harsh with the blend. You don't need to be really harsh at this point. In fact, you don't need to be harsh, period. It's just, you know, just blending this out in that same exact shape that I put it as. So like that. And just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions, right? Like that. Let me just take a look over here. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. So this would be my transition shade. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this color here, which is called Happiness. I'm showing you the palette upside down because I don't want the light over there to like blind you. You're not the weekend. No, I'm joking. So this one right here, Happiness. I'm just gonna use the same brush, 820 by Makeup by Ariel, and I'm gonna get the product and dust it off like that. And I don't know if you can see how pretty and pink that is. This is, I actually really like this makeup look that I did last year. Got a lot of compliments on it too, so I thought I'd share. It's so pink and red and like Valentine's-y, and that glossy red is just so nice. Oh my gosh. So we're just gonna go ahead and build on that. And again, during the sessions where you're blending, it is going to be messy. That's okay, because we're always gonna, you can always go back and clean it up. Colors here called Cherished and Joy. So Cherished is like pink, and then Joy is right there. And do you like my pink nails? I did them for Valentine's Day. Everything is super pink. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna kind of clean this up. So I'm gonna go back to that MAC palette, the same color I used for my brows, and kind of like clean up the lid a bit. And you want to do it in slow motions, not like this, because you don't want to ruin the colors you got going on. So just slowly bring, so from the inner part, and like this is important, from the inner part I'm just going up at an angle and then swooping it. Okay, so up and then swooping it like that. I hope that makes sense. So how I got into makeup is like I just practiced. So I would watch like YouTube videos and I would just practice. Whether I was going out or not, I would just like do. And I'm just, once I have that shape outlined, I'm just gonna go ahead and cover the whole lid area again, because we are kind of doing like a cut crease type of situation, but with pink. Okay, so once that's done, if you're into advanced artistry and like you love makeup too, you definitely need to get C Cosmetics. It's not sponsored, but I love these brushes. First of all, her makeup looks are on point. Second of all, this whole collection is worth it. I use this and it's changed my makeup game for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead with Cherished, which is that light pink. Just picking it up. Can you see that? And we're just going to, and look how perfectly it just fits right there. Right? You don't have to like get your finger all up in there. You just use the brush. Like that covers it so well. And I'm just going to cover, wherever I put the concealer, I'm going to put the pink color as well. And bringing it outwards too. Just like that. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I don't know, can you see that? Okay, and then it's gonna be the fun part. We're gonna take Joy, which is like this pink color, with my finger, because for sparkly you definitely need to use your finger, and I'm just gonna cover the whole lid with that. Wow, it's so pretty. Huda Beauty eyeshadows, like her products are really good. I am a fan. It is expensive, but I just feel like for the quality, like it's worth it, because this palette I got like 2 years ago when it came out, and like look at the colors. With my 20 with the color Happiness, again, that pink that we put in our crease mixed with Serenity, and I'm just gonna kind of intensify that look, the top shade. Hold on, just lightly, just kind of adding a little bit of depth that may have gotten lost when we put the concealer. Okay, so another product you're gonna hear me use all the time is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. Okay, it looks a little dirty, but this is worth the investment. If there's any like palette that I recommend that you get, that you're gonna get a bang for your buck, is definitely this one. I use this almost every day and all the time that I do makeup. Again, one of the things with makeup is skin tones, skin tones, skin tones. So obviously today we're doing a fun look because it's Valentine's Day, but you're gonna see my other looks too where I do soft glam, and a lot of the looks are using this palette and using neutral, cool, warm tone colors. And you can always repurpose the look depending on the undertone of the color you're using, right? So sometimes people might think, oh, like you're just doing brown makeup looks, like nude colors, but it's not, because it's either a warm tone look or it might be a neutral tone look or a cool tone look, and that definitely changes the total like look. So it just depends, but this is definitely worth the investment. I'm gonna take this color right here, which I believe is Matte 9. It's like a burgundy shade right there, and I'm gonna use the Makeup by Ariel dual brush. This is the A19. This is one of my favorite brushes by Makeup by Ariel's kit. So I'm gonna take the flat part and I'm just gonna like dig it all up in there, because I really want this red, burgundy red to show. Yeah, like I got it. Like, so again, you put your pinky finger on, and what I like to do is kind of stamp, especially when I'm using eyeshadow, just kind of stamp it. And yeah, my lashes are looking all crazy because I put sparkle on top. But normally I would have like obviously no liner, like no lash on. And then when I do my liner, again, putting your pinky here, it gives you control. So you're able to kind of like, you know, see how you want the liner. I really hope you can see what I'm doing here. I don't know, can you? I hope you can. So I stamp it all over, and then I make that line, right? Then I just make it a little thicker, like that. Both eyes. I'm now gonna go into the skin. I do my under eye last. So I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty primer, and I'm gonna take my Real Techniques brush, and I'm just gonna put like 2 pumps of that, and this, and that's what it showed on the picture, but then when it got here it was like angled. But the brush is so good, like I was too lazy to return it. Like I got it online on Amazon. So I don't wear foundation on my entire face. I just kind of focus in on certain areas. I'm gonna take the Tarte, I believe this is the Shape Tape concealer, and I don't know if this is in porcelain, but I got, no, this is the second color after porcelain, and it's a nice thick concealer. So because this is kind of like a fold on look, we're gonna go all out. and I just apply that much concealer underneath. This is super thick, so you really want to let this get a little bit tacky. And I'm gonna go ahead and just put my foundation on at this point. I'm using the Fenty Beauty foundation. This is in the shade, this is the Pro Filter in 190. And I'm gonna take, okay, this brush is dirty as hell. A few pumps. Don't judge me. This is a Sigma flat angled kabuki brush. My favorite brush for foundation. Well, I might have put on a lot. It's okay. I'm so used to the Giorgio Armani foundation. So yeah, let me just spread this out. And I like to use dabbing motions when I do it. Here, I'm about to look a little crazy, but bear with me. Bring it down to your neck. And just blend it. I know it looks a little weird right now, but makeup is trusting the process. So apply a little bit on my nose and my forehead. That's why I didn't put concealer there. The areas where I need extra coverage, I'll just go back with the brush and just dab it on that spot. I really like to focus a lot of the product down here because I don't really put like concealer and highlight and all that. So I'm just gonna put some down here. Foundation all over, and then I put concealer in the middle for highlight. Then I'm gonna go ahead and use that palette and use the Too Cool tone here to do the contouring. This brush, the A19, and I'm just gonna take the two colors here and just kind of like, I'll start here. Wherever the hollow of my cheek is, I'm just gonna go above it like that. So what I like about this side of the brush is it's super dense. So you're gonna get like enough product. And under the jaw. And this is to help chisel your jaw. And then I'll take a little bit of that same color and put it on the bottom of my nose, like that. And bring it up. And don't ask me, I take the warmer tone on the top and just put it on the top portion of my nose. Don't ask me why, it just works for me. I'm extra as hell. You don't have to do that. You can literally just use one color. Okay, so the house got noisy, but you're gonna take an angled brush and start to blend out the contour. And I like to use dabbing motions as well to keep it in the same place. And you just want to go all over the place you put the contour and just start to dab it. Now I'm going to move on to the highlight part. I leave my nose for last. So we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to use the mirror here. First I go with the brush to spread the product out. And I also push it, take this concealer and push it on the side of my nose. Okay, so you want to take your brush, a flat foundation brush, and start to blend out the concealer and spread it out. What this does is it just helps to get everything covered with your concealer before you go to blend it in with your beauty blender. And you also want to push it up against the side of your nose for that highlight effect. You want to take a beauty blender or a sponge and really make sure that the concealer is dry and blended out. The Huda Beauty Peach Pie powder, something like that. So I take a powder puff and I take a little bit of the powder, just a little bit, and I set it first with just a little bit of powder, push it against my nose before I do baking. And this just helps to kind of set everything so that there's no creasing. So a lot of times people complain that their concealer is creasing because first of all, the concealer is still wet, you didn't blend it in enough. and then you just add the bake. You kind of need to lightly set it with the powder first, and this helps to avoid the creasing. So now I'm gonna actually go in and pick up a lot of the product. More of the powder. This powder is so good, like I'm obsessed. And I'm gonna bake now. So just gonna go ahead and bones, I like to go ahead and put some powder underneath the contour. Same thing on the other side. And a little bit underneath my chin. Help me with that double check. I'm gonna add another layer of the powder. Let that sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. So I had to move again, but once the bake is completed, I like to take a blush brush by Makeup by Ariel and lightly blend it in and then buff out the powder to complete the bake. I then take a angled brush and start to blend out the nose contour, and I blend it in and buff it out with that brush. Then I take my favorite bronzer in the whole entire world, which is MAC Give Me Sun, and I take this contour brush by Makeup by Ariel, and I start putting that bronzer all over the contour areas to warm up my face. I now take my bronzer and also add it to my nose with the same small contour brush. We're now going to move on to blush. So this is the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy, and it's one of my favorite blushes. So I'm just going to add that, a small dot to my cheeks. I put the blush pretty high, and then I take that same contour brush and then blend out that blush, and I keep it pretty high and try to focus it into the hairline and slowly. So now we're going to work on the lips. So I am using the Charlotte Tilbury Intense Pillow Talk lip liner and just outlining my lips. Yes, it's a brown liner, but you can still use it for red lips. I'm then using the MAC Dance With Me lipstick. This is one of my favorite red lipsticks, and it's super long wear, and you just want to apply it all over and kind of use the end of the wand to go over the liner a bit to kind of cover the brown. I think by now you can tell that I'm definitely a MAC girl. I love MAC Cosmetics and all the products. So now I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty lip gloss, which smells so freaking good. It smells like, I don't know, reminds me of middle school, but this lip gloss, I'm going to take a few swipes of it, and I'm going to take a lip wand. I put it on the back of my hand so that I can keep the lip gloss clean, and then I'll take the lip wand and then just dip it in and put it all over my lips. That way, when you have a clear gloss, you can use it for multi-purpose and different colors and not just have it dirty. That's my tip to keeping it clean. I'm just going back and taking a little bit more of the clear lip gloss, and I'm gonna go in with the lip one again and just add more gloss and make it nice and shiny. It's so pretty. I'm obsessed. And the great thing about a clear gloss is you don't have to get the gloss in different colors. You can just get it in a plain clear one and use it for different lips, like a nude lip, red lip, pink lip, whatever you like. So that's my quick hack. So just before we go, we're almost done. I'm just gonna do the under eye. So I'm gonna take those colors that we put in our crease before, and I'm going to put them underneath my lash line. And I do this last because of the bake. I don't want to ruin the under eye makeup. Okay, so we're almost done. Just gonna take my MAC Fix Plus setting spray and spray all over to set my makeup. And there you have it. This is the final look. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.